Pass as well is going to be thrown in there, maybe. Train potentially as well, but hopefully we have the veto so we can actually try and break that one and work out what the maps are going to be.
Yeah, and get a good idea of where exactly this will be occurring, because Hollywood are going to need any kind of edge they can get, really. Obviously, Astralis is going to be the heavy favourites going into this. And for me, it'll be how Hollywood actually play. Are we going to see them playing with respect? Are we going to see them trying to use a more aggressive style of CS, potentially running something unorthodox to actually counter that? Because you know, coming into that online CS, although it's out of the best of ones, now we're into a whole neck of the woods with best of threes where things can be a lot harder, especially against a team with the pedigree of Astralis. It's always going to be hard for them to achieve too much, but where do you see those potential cracks and openings?
Well, I mean, at the moment, Astralis are 12-0 in ECS. Yeah. And the issue is there, you know, the only argument you can have against that for Hollywood is the fact that that's two best of ones, you know, in isolation. It's not the whole best of three. You know, the issue is here, though, for Hollywood. Astralis right now, they're on a 9-0 winning streak in terms of maps, not including, you know, best of three series and whatnot. Last game they lost was an overpass, I believe, to Hellraisers 22. I've got it written down here somewhere. It was in overtime, let's put it like that. So it's still a very close matchup versus Hellraisers. And that was, what, 10 days ago, 9 days ago. So, you know, Astralis right now in great form.
Yeah, that's true. We do actually have the veto now coming through on your screen. You can see the first two bans. They're going to be Nuke and Cash, respectively. And there's those picks.
Yeah, obviously, Hollywood going to be picking overpass. This is the issue here right now. The map veto is so strong for Astralis here. Shared map pools. Mirage in the ECS qualifier, not the ECS qualifiers, the ECS actual tournament so far has been one of the home maps for Astralis. Mirage and Inferno has been the wins for most of them so far.
Yeah. And then obviously
Inferno being the last. Yeah, this is the problem. Even if you have a crazy, you know, crazy best of one upset here for Hollywood, going into Inferno as a deciding map, I just don't really see, you know, Astralis ever losing this one, especially with how Division lost that one 22-18. So even versus Division, you know, not even a top German team, they're falling short in overtime. Well, they're winning, sorry, in overtime. So yeah, Astralis, completely different caliber team.
And that was the fact. That game was incredibly close as well. So if you did miss that one when they went up against Division over in Inferno, ended up going into double overtime, it was the fact as well that Division really should have won that match and closed it down in a 2-0 fashion throughout the series, but they just couldn't quite close it down in a few key rounds. And that gave Hollywood the edge.
Yeah. For me, you know, do I think Astralis is going to be losing that win streak? I'm pretty sure not. I think this is going to be 11-0 so far for Astralis as of late, and I think they're going to continue the win streak. You know, I think it'd be crazy to bet on Hollywood, but, you know, let's see how things do eventually shape up. It is going to be Hollywood starting on the T side here of Overpass.
Well, let's get into it. Of course, Hollywood now. Straight away, Snod's going to be going for a burst in towards that B site. They want to try and get their way through Monster, but instead Dupree will be able to stub them down early. Finds the first frag on towards Jayo. Trevor will fire it back through, though, with the Glock, as he will do some kind of damage, but they're being picked apart. They're not really given the opportunity to find too much success here. Zipnix as well comes off the back of a nice little hot hit from that USP. Two quick frags, device for the final blow, and Astralis, as we expected, will open it up with a bang.
Yeah, I like the strategy coming out from Hollywood there, obviously. They're not going to go for the long, drawn-out sort of pistol where they're going towards a long, going towards middle, potentially going for a connector split towards one of the sides. Instead, they up the tempo, they make it hot and fast. They rush through Monster, and they try to outskill, out-aim Astralis. Yeah, I mean, if you don't find the first, you know, frag, second frag, they get the site in your domain straight away. Astralis is still going to be bringing that one back.
Well, that was kind of my point that I was making with it as well, is I wondered if they were going to try and play without respect in terms of what they're doing and try and run with more an aggressive strategy. Obviously, we saw Hollywood yesterday. It was actually quite smart in terms of their play style. They would adapt quite a lot, obviously. Very smart in terms of countering their opponents, but that's against Division. Going in against Astralis, maybe just a flash in the pan, something a bit unorthodox, could be key.
Potentially. Obviously, Hollywood going to be having the first player advantage here. 5 versus 4, Romy onto 6 HP, so they are still fairly tagged, but obviously Luke being the AWPer for the team for Hollywood, not going to invest into Kevlar here. Going to be saving for that AWP into the first buy round, so even if Astralis win this round here, they go 3-0 up versus the Force buy, then the Eco into the next round, Hollywood can still go for their full buy, right? 4 AKs, AWP onto Luke. And we saw actually, you know, especially on Inferno, Luke's AWP was pivotal.
Yeah, that's very true. He's actually a very powerful player. We saw him do quite well, actually, in last year's WSG for the Russian side. He was an AWPer then, at the fact, and he's always been someone that knows how to wield the weapon to a pretty high pedigree, so let's see if he actually will be able to deal some damage. This time around, he's got the 50 cal out as he comes through with a Deagle, but it's Treble to find the frag back on Glaive. It's just Zipnix and Dupree left, and they're taking heavy hits. This actually could be the reset round coming through. This is going to leave Astralis' economy in dire straits. They do find that frag on Zipnix. They can recover the M4s as well, Snods. That's a nice round for Hollywood.
Yeah, it was. Deagles working their magic across the map there.
Luke is loving it, see?
Oh, mate, they're loving it. They can't believe it. Oh,
they're ready, mate. That's what I was telling you. They got the confidence.
There's a saying in the UK scene which is pump noobs. Now, obviously, I'm not being disparaging to Hollywood, but the idea is the underdogs, when they're pumped and they're riled and they're so happy, they can be, you know, too hot to handle sometimes. Exactly. Hollywood, if they can be landing their shots, deagles, headshots, you know, towards their long onto device, towards the A site, walking through that A-long smoke that was traveling in the last round. You know, if these guys can get pumped up and ready for it, who knows what can happen. But obviously, you know, first map here in a long best of 3. If they're already screaming, excited, and elated already, you know, this could be a 3-hour-long game. You can't use all your energy straight away.
Yeah, you got to space this one out, but obviously getting yourself pumped up off the back of a reset round, it's always good to have the confidence. Let's see what they're actually going to do here. For Astralis, as they just hold back, 1 Deagle in commission, the rest of them going to be rocking the CZs. Obviously, always can be lethal, Snods. You can never really count them out.
Indeed. Still going to be the force by, though, put up by Astralis. 4 CZs and 1 Deagle from device. 3 smokes in. Obviously, with the smokes, they can wait till the clock goes down to 40 seconds, 30 seconds. Use the smokes to force Holywood to push through them. With 20 seconds left, 15 seconds left, and get those close-range duels versus CZs if they wanted to. Where are those smokes actually deployed? It's going to be towards the A side from Holywood. And here it comes. CZs up close and personal. Can Trevel replicate what he did last round?
Oh, they actually used very effective Molotovs there into this round. They're going to ignite the players on the side of Astralis, force them out of their favourable positions. They walk in, Romy and Darkside will have a frag each. JU as well comes through, back on towards Magix as he downs him with the MP9. It's just Glaive and Dupree left, Snods, and I can't say you really favour them even finding some exits into this one, as they're spread thin as well. Hollywood roaming a little bit as they do expand out. Most likely for Astralis, they just need to hold on to these weapons. They're going to be timid about it.
Yeah, best option here for Astralis, obviously. They have Kevlar to Clave and Dupree, so that they can find a weapon here, maybe find hopefully an AK and M4, save that into the next round potentially. Obviously, if they keep the CZ as well, they can have an AK, M4 save, drop over the CZ as well, so they can have an even better buy. Or half buy at that. As Hollywood will now take the lead here, 2-1, Jack. So, should be Nika coming out from Astralis after force buying to the last round, so maybe, just maybe, a strong start here from the Russian side. 3-1 potentially if they can have the victory here versus the Eco.
Yeah. As we continue on, obviously, for Astralis, they're basically going to have to concede this next round as well. The economy will still not be in a good fashion. Hollywood has just been able to pick these one up. Jayo as well, if he can just carry on to try and maximize as many frags as he can find with the MP9 Snods, get his buffer building up, get himself a nice bit of Wonga, it'll always be good.
Yeah, frags if the MP9 is the real goal for Hollywood. Stack up as much cash as possible into this round, obviously. Have the cleanest round possible. 4 or 5 players staying alive. All of the players absorbing the round victory bonus. You want to be giving an AK away to Glaive or Dupree that have Kevlar that can back up the rifle with armor. Challenge is going back and forth there between middle. Luke will be down to 50 points of health. May even swap over the MP9 with his teammate Jo at that point as he is onto low HP. Well, aggression here towards Connect as well between Dupree and Magic's Boy. 4 positions from Astralis here on their eco. Now for Hollywood, you know, minutes left on the clock here. And now they're starting to find the frags.
Yeah, JU coming through onto the device, obviously trying to maximize those frags onto the MP9 on that PDW in close range. Astralis still holding their angles. There's a minute on the clock, obviously. It's no real commit from Hollywood as well. It's up to them where they want to go with this, as they can still roam around. They haven't committed. Travel makes the first play going around. Close towards toilets, there's going to be Glaive. Oh, Magic actually comes through with a headshot back on towards Luke. Grabs himself the AK-47 to play in close range. This is where the downfall could start to come from. Armed himself with the M4, but couldn't get it out and compose himself in time to actually find that Fred Trevel as well in the response, as he just smashes him down there, connects in the headshot from the AK.
B side completely clear here. Zipnix, USP, no Kevlar coming in through CT. Easy frag found there by Jayo. Romy as well going to find the last one onto Glaive, so 3-1 as predicted here for Hollywood. As we go into round number 5, the buy should be across both teams now. Astralis, you do have enough money to warrant the AWP for device, but no Kevlar to back that up. So in terms of how aggressive he can play, can he go for the audacious peaks towards Connector, push towards A long, for example? You know, most likely not. Gonna have to play rather tentative and timid. But that's fine, you know, boost towards sandbags, a headshot angle potentially, playing towards pillar with the AWP could be effective. Let's see how this one will eventually unfold. Device going to play the backward angle towards A long, so playing passive, and actually Magic's Boy going to get the aggressive angle. The smoke comes in towards Connector. That should mean a B split through B short, through Monster as well. That one smoke denying any vision there from Magic's Boy.
Well, Hollywood killer bees on the swarm as they try and hit that B site with aggression, but Dupree will smack him straight back in the face as he connects the hit with the M4. Zipnix comes through as well with 2 of his own snods, and things have got quite awkward. All of a sudden it's just travel left, AK in hand, but no utility to aid him. 1:20, and he's just being spammed at. The firing squad from Astralis was there, and they execute him.
Yeah, Astralis right now showing us there's levels to this. As soon as Magic's Boy spots the smoke that was thrown from Hollywood towards Connector, towards the top of the stairs, usually that leads to fast B short control. Obviously, smoke off the stairs, you can run through the door, jump out, get in towards B short. You have your teammates as well towards Monster. As soon as Magic's Boy relays that information, an instant smoke towards B short from Astralis, which meant Hollywood, when they went for the fast beast, but they had to run through that smoke towards short, and they walked into the blender. We're ready, the first frag found as well. Device has Kevlar this time, not going to play the forward, the passive angle towards A long, going to be playing the forward angle this time towards middle, goes for the peak, and already takes the AWP power hand out of Luke. So 5 versus 4 here, Astralis starting to assert their dominance.
Playing together, CTs are in a prime position to really deal damage to Dupree as well, being the catalyst into this round, Snods, as he somehow gets himself a 4K. Big frags coming out, big money as well.
Yeah, 7.5 grand for himself there, 3-3 now as we head into round number 7. Annihilation towards connector there from Dupree. Once again, Astralis are expecting the same heavy connector control from Hollywood. They exploit that, they send 3 towards B short. Hollywood now forced on to the quasi-buy. AWP for Luke. But apart from that, Deagles, Kevlar, CZs across the board now for Hollywood. A peek towards the middle as well. Magic Spy not going to spot the AWP out just yet from Luke. But we'll see. They have pistols, Deagles, CZs across the board. And now Astralis, they can play more passive. They have the long-range advantage with these M4s.
Luke. He's the first real point of contact. Obviously leads the charge as the frontline infantry. Tries to scope in, see what he could spot towards long, but there's no real defense from Astralis that is actually active. They're playing quite far back to the site. They don't want to be up close and personal where the pistols are going to be at their best. Nods trying to be lenient, but Luke actually does get the early entry, finds the frag with the AWP, forces the rotate back as they have to reshuffle around to try and deal with this.
Yeah, 5 versus 4 here. Oh, the timing! HE grenade goes out the Molotov as well. Actually, the HE will find a frag, but not before Luke gets the trade. 4 versus 3.
Depends on what Magix does. He gets the Molotov down, forces them to try and run back. He is going for the pre-fire, nearly connects him towards Travel as he would have taken him down if he actually did commit to it. But Luke, he's looking to try and do this round off his own back, Snods. He's found 3 frags already. He wants more. That was nearly the 4th, but he barely misses it with that ferocious flick.
Wow. 30 seconds left to the bomb making its way back towards the B site. Glaive, 21 points of health is all they have as their B bomb site defense. Playing the headshot angle here towards water. But JO is going to deny any chance of an upset into this one. 3 versus 1 now, all down to Dupree.
Dupree, he can be an artist with the AK, but is he going to be able to paint us a pretty picture into this round as he makes his way over back towards the B-bomb site? Obviously a 1v3, 2 of the players are fairly low. They're not as healthy as you want them to be. Obviously limping around the site a little bit, but Dupree just backs off, Snods. He's going to hold on to that AK. He's got armor, he's got a kit as well. There's no point throwing it into the wind, as he will have to go for the save round on this one.
Yeah, most definitely. You can see already $6,000 into his bank balance, so save this round, plus the $1,400 round loss bonus. He's going to have 7.4k. He can drop over 2 M4s, plus the AK he already has. So, you know, we're going to be seeing a strong buy here anyway from Astralis. From the bank of Dupree. And now, Hollywood win the quasi-buy with just 3 sets of Kevlar. 1 AWP from Luke. How many kills is that? 3 or 4k? Or I think it was 3 kills plus a 4th tag. Yeah, the tag on the 4th player as well towards the site onto Glaive. So great performance so far from him. As we said before, round number 8 then 3-4. 1 round advantage here for Hollywood, but it will be the full buy coming from Astralis as Dupree had so much cash to work with and has some aggression to fight back against Hollywood from Astralis to really take it to them towards middle.
Yeah, this could be the difference maker as well. Fighting fire with fire here now for Astralis as they push in and want to show they are the only stars in this matchup. And there isn't going to be a star on the boulevard for Hollywood after this one as they try and slowly push through. Thanks, mate.
That was good, mate. That was good.
That was quite good for Magix as well. Ooh, doubles it up as he gets the second headshot, Snods.
Oh, hey, there we go. 5 versus 3 here then. Luke as well going to be missing the AWP shot for once this time. Back onto 4 HP. Magic Spy going to go for the 3rd frag, but actually going to be conceding over 4 HP from Luke, and he still wins that duel.
Bogdan's Law, mate.
Bogdan's Law, of course. 3 versus 3.
Now then, for this CT side, spread fairly thin. T's are grouped up, but they're staggered in the way they're playing this. Luke just holding for the long face, assuming there is going to be contact there. Trevel peeks up towards close toilets, but Glave's in position, going to try and spot out the shadow. We'll get the read on him and find the frag, but it's only a trade, still 2v2.
Yeah, but they have the AWP to work with still, so they can play the slow game, go for the contact peaks with the AWP, peek up towards Banana, towards the A site. But it all comes down to this kill. This is the pivotal frag in this one. And Jay is going to win the duel. 2 versus 1 now. As the A site is completely barren of CT players. Smoke comes in towards CT stairs, one on top as well, so they can plant 4 toilets. Or they can even plant as well if they wanted to for bank. They will do just that. 1 versus 2 from Zipnix. No defuse kit. Wow. The silver lining here is Luke's health bar.
Yeah, Luke obviously being low. You can fall fairly quickly there if Zipnix does get a chance to spot him out. Going to be picking up from bank. No real utility on his person to aid him. Go straight in with the M4. It's going to be about how much ruckus he can cause. But the only commotion is going to be on the side of Hollywood's TeamSpeak. They're all going to be buzzing once again after that one, Snods.
5-3. And now actually going to be sending Astralis' money into disarray. $2,000 across the board aggregately for the 5 players from Astralis. Oh, actually, no, Magic's boys on 4,000, so we'll be investing into the VT50, but it is now the 2nd round of loss in a row. So this, if they lose this one as well, it'll be 3rd. So 2.4, $2,400 round loss bonus. Magic's boy has $3,350. So actually, Magic's boy can drop an AWP over to Device into round number 10. So they can still get a good buy, you know, 4 M4s, AWP for Device once again. But Hollywood, if they get to 6 rounds already in the T-sort of overpass, you can see, you know, they've definitely done their counter strats here.
Yeah, that is true. They've read them well. But let's see if Magic's boy can do a bit of magisk, as he is in the elevated angle, wants to try and make those players disappear, as they will. Both of them down and out in seconds, Snods, as they quickly slip their way on towards the bomb set. The resurgence comes through Romy. The wallbang headshot comes out back on Glaive, slaps him down with the right hook. Romy trying to continue this on as well. Another smoke goes out. It's a bit of a whiff though, as it will bounce back into the water.
Yeah, just dribbles off of heaven there, but still, 4 versus 3. Hollywood have the advantage here when you look at the non-Kevlar CT players. No utility as well, but Device going to make this into a 4 versus 2, but not before Romy has something to say.
It's all on Jayo. It's all up to him now, as he has to try and flick between. He's getting tagged down. He's incredibly low. Device, in the nick of time, will snipe him with the USP and leap on the bomb with his acrobatic skills, as he's going to get that defuse. That'll be 4-5 though. Keeping it close between either of these teams, but Hollywood proving they can definitely go toe-to-toe in the middle of a cell right now.
Yeah. Eco round victory though for Astralis. It's when you let those rounds slip away as the underdog, that's when you really give the window of opportunity back into this one for Astralis. You know, if you give them an inch, they're going to be taking a mile at this point. Hollywood, they need to gain as many rounds possible on their T half here. Especially if they won that one, Jack. What would that be? 6-3 already. Plus, if they won any more rounds, maybe an 8-7 half or a 9-6 half in their favor on their T side. They'll be looking strong so far. But they still have the lead here by 1 round. 5-4 into round number 10. It will be the AWP for Device. 4 M4s as well to round off the rest of the buy here for Astralis. Defuse kits as well. Utility is strong here for the Danes. But it will be connected control once again from Hollywood. So they really put a lot of stock into this. But Astralis, they have control of B short. Means they can potentially rotate an extra player towards the A side, as well as they will have control towards B short. They'll have control towards Monster as well. Let's go all down to the Device with the AWP this time, holding the connector peak.
Device. What's he going to do with this, Nods? The review's going to be terrible for Hollywood. Are they not going to have a good run? Will the box office be busted? Or will it be a box office boom? They try and push their way around. The angle's covered, finds the first frag with the AWP, ready for more as well, as he knows there should be a collective of the Hollywood boys in position. Trying to find these frags as he holds his angle, still got the confidence to work with. Meanwhile, Luke over at the barn going to deal some damage out as well. He's got his AWP out, but he doesn't clear his side angle, so Magisk will be able to fire upon him with the M4. And they're really keeping things hard now for Hollywood. They're not in a good position. They're losing players left, right and centre as well. And there's a triple threat of T's left to try and clutch this one back. They've only got 30 seconds.
25 seconds now. The bomb still at the back of A-Long has to basically do a marathon sprint here to get towards his A site in time. As it all comes down to this one, and the smoke's still here towards A-Long. 15 seconds left as the seconds are counting down so fast. You could even argue for a save here if you're Hollywood.
Yeah, this is going to be awkward, but they're just going to go for it anyway. Device smacks him in the head as he finds that frag, just to peel their lips back. Romy goes straight through. Romy actually the saving grace, Nods. He found those 2 frags that were so necessary. You've got site control now. You can try and play off this. Go to those post-plant positions, but Glaive straight through the smoke. And straight into winning the round for Astralis as he kills Romy. It's all on travel. He's going to have to try and clutch it out on his lonesome. He's an artist with the AK, but he can't try slay today as it will hit the DECK. Goes down. Zipnix finds that frag. 5-5 as they're keeping it tight.
For a second there, I thought that was maybe doable. Romy there delivering pain on that A site to the Astralis. First frag towards Bank, second towards Truck as well. Got onto the site, bomb plant with 1 second remaining. The retake does go in their favour. 5-5 as we are all squared up into round number 11. There's going to be just the quasi-buy coming from Hollywood. They have now lost 2 rounds in a row, so once again, they lose this round here, Jack. They're going to have the $2,400 round loss bonus. Therefore, they can buy into round number 12. They can save him. They can have a strong buy into that said next round. So it should be 6-5 in favour of Astralis.
It should be, Snods. But let's see if that is going to be the case. Obviously, for Hollywood, the investment out into the CZ. Not really given too many opportunities to actually use them, though. Astralis are keeping them at foot's length as they have those barge poles. Debris will eventually find the frag back towards dark side as well, so they're picking them apart. No real trade potential from these Hollywood players as well. They were fairly thin and far between. The final 2 duo that is left, you imagine, will fall short and follow the suit of the rest of their teammates as Debris tries to find that frag, spamming off with the M4. Romy gets the only kill onto that CT side, but he has rearmed himself. Magic's low as well. The Zipnik will quickly snuff them out. 6-5, the lead now finally back in the hands of Astralis as well on that CT side. As you imagine, this is where the confidence is going to start to barrel from. Double up setup now coming out for Astralis. Where do we see this going?
Double AWP setup now. Debris and Device. Imagine 1 up towards B, 1 up towards A. Interesting to see how Debris is going to up towards the B side. He's going to be playing towards Pillar, boosted sandbags, for example, playing towards Monster. I guess that's an answer, or a question that's going to be answered later on for Hollywood, as they've already lost the first player. Device finds the first frag towards mid. Debris did go for the monster peak, so he is playing aggressive as well. Astralis basically going for the picks and the peaks across the whole map instantaneously. Minute 20 left on the clock here. Magic's boy going for the re-aggression here in towards long toilets. Finds this next frag as well. A 5 versus 3. 2-man advantage now for Astralis off the back of the aggression. Yeah,
this has been good for them. Actually playing with a bit of a higher tempo. Hollywood were not ready for that. Didn't expect to be hit with the tempo play really from Astralis. It's not what they expected. Now with only 3 of them left alive, what do they actually get up to? Device, contact peak there on towards Romy by close toilets. And then there was 2 Snods. Trevel and Jayo. They might have the bomb, but they don't really have anything else to actually aid them. Their pockets aren't going to be that deep. They're not stuffed full of utilities. They only have a smoke and a flash to aid them. Once again, it's very limited time towards A site. Is this where we actually see Hollywood concede and go for the save? Device will find these frags anyway, as he's just in a prime time position. It should be easy for him. He doesn't get the reface on the second one, as Jayo will strike with the AK. But even then, this basically means Jayo now just has to go for it and try and win the round off his own back as he sprints up towards the site, gets peeked up, and Magis just hammers back through. Overextends out, knowing he would win that one. Had confidence for it. 7-5 now is the scoreline.
Yeah, real good play there towards the A site from both Magic's boy and Device. Before, actually, Kiabi and Device towards that A site. Now Magic's boy obviously filling in that role seemingly rather well. Re-aggression coming towards A long. You saw Device had the long-range angle towards the back of A long, allowed Magic's boy to go for the re-aggression in towards long toilets, put in the next frag onto dark side. Made it a 5 versus 3. Magic's boy spots the players towards A long. Device walks into toilet, holds the long toilet entrance back in towards mid, so cut off their rotations and made it a 4 versus 1. Tactical pause from Hollywood. We saw no tactical pauses yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we didn't see one.
I don't think we actually had one at all, did we? Oh, we saw one from Paris Gaming School, maybe?
Possibly.
I think that was it.
But if there was, it was only like one pause, right?
Out of like 6 hours of Counter-Strike. Yeah. Ridiculous, really.
Oh, this is nice from Dupiri as well. Him and Glaive going to go for the early face as they find both of those frags in quick succession. It should be an easy round for them. Hollywood don't really have too much to work off. You know, they've just dug out whatever they could find down the back of the sofa Snods. And there was a Deagle and a CZ apparently, so that's quite nice. CZ comes through with the frag back on towards Magix, but he's too far away to actually scavenge his weapon. Glaive going to try and deny that as well. Fires through on towards Jayo. There's the death of Romy. And Astralis continue on with the scoreline now as they get themselves another round, bringing it up to 8. Very close to the end of the half here. As you imagine, they want to try and get this in the region of a 10-5 if they can. Hollywood, though, they're going to want to deny that. Bite comes back through. Luke has the AWP in his hand, so that's going to be pivotal.
Yeah, obviously, one of the upset rounds we saw from Hollywood was backed off of the AWP from Luke. 3 frags found, plus the tag as well onto Glaive. So he is quite a pivotal factor here, but Jayo, 15 frags already after 13 rounds being played out. Jayo being the star here for Hollywood so far. But even then, having a star player performing, he's only been able to accumulate 5 rounds so far on the T side. It will be Device this time towards Connector, getting very aggressive towards B Shore. Obviously, Hollywood, they've had no success towards the A side so far. But now maybe they can find something. Just going to leave Magix Boy alone now towards A.
Oh, this is a Magix moment, though. Is he going to start to do a couple of tricks, Nods? Actually, he's punished. His show's going to be end early. He's going to be kicked out. He won't be able to pull a rabbit out of the hat as Romy finds that frag instead. And all of a sudden, it's a 3v4 with site control in favour of Hollywood. And they're in post plants. They've got tons of utility as well at this point to actually keep the retake out of sight for as long as possible. Glaive just going for the spam through. Does really soften up Darkside. He's only got 3 HP, so not much sustain left on him. Nearly finds the frag onto him there as well. Eventually, debris will come out. Zipnik straight through bank. They're trying to clear this site. They're working together, but they're going to have to push as a trio. They need to run as a unit here, and time is of the essence. They all have kits, but they need to do it instantly. Romy tries to deny him, gets the double spray down. It's all up to Jayo. The time is as good as done pretty much at this point. A failed spray from Dupree means Jayo will net the final frag as well, as it goes 8-6 now.
There you go, 17 frags, 18 deaths now after 14 rounds being played for Jayo. Yeah, I mean, Astralis, they're expecting the B play, obviously. Hollywood have gone towards the A site, what, 3-4 rounds in a row, lost all of them each and every time. Yes, they've been some close rounds, 2 versus 3s, 1 versus 2s, for example. But still, Device goes in towards Connector, peeking in towards B shot. He expects them to go back towards the B site where they found their early success. But instead, they keep pushing their mark towards it. They're going to do it once again. Glaive finds one, trying to go for the second, but doesn't quite connect the spray transfer. And once again, this opens up this A site even more now. Device peeks into Luke's AWP here. 1 player advantage now for Hollywood, and this could be an 8-7 half here, as this is much closer than anticipated. Minute 20 on the clock here. Dupree with the aggression in towards Connector. Romy at the top of the stairs as well. Will the peak come through?
Well, it's a good question, Snods. Let's see. Is Dupree is hiding. He's lying in wait. He's been a bit cheeky. It's like pulling a prank on a friend, Snods. He's just going to hide and wait for someone to come down and scream at him. It's not going to work. No one's interested.
Stalemate here, it seems. 55 seconds left. Bomb still towards T-spawn. Obviously, for Hollywood, it all really comes down to the 1 versus 1s. You have Jayo towards Monster, Luke with the up towards A. He can peek in towards A long, see if he gets a pick. Same can be said for Jayo as well. See if he can get a pick towards Monster. As now they basically have to play the patient game. Smoke comes out towards the end of long. Luke as well can now run towards toilets and shoot his AWP and try and mimic as if there's 2 or 3 players here towards the A site, when in actual fact, it's all about this B play.
Straight through Monster. Going to be walking their way into that site. Completely uncontested. There's a welcome mat down, Snods, and they've discovered it. And they're going to claim it as their own territory now. A little bit eager to make sure all the angles are actually clean before they do anything. And Dupree's come back round. The timing's going to be critical as the bomb needs to go down pretty soon. And they could try and deny it. Luckily, Romy was able to get the plant, but he didn't expect the backstab. Dupree comes through with it as he finds the frag. Needs to do more. He's going to try and get a flurry of them as he continues through. Another headshot claimed as he adds it to his tally. Taking down Luke. It's just Darkside and Jayo remaining. Just walking towards him. Dupree's an absolute monster right now. He's able to find all those frags funneled in. And that is going to be a 9-6 at the half, as Astralis will be able to pick up the defuse. Pretty good for them, obviously. A couple of critical rounds picked up from Hollywood. They got some momentum, but they couldn't quite close it out. Let's see if they're going to be able to get it together and somehow upset Astralis on the second half, as we'll find out after the break. And welcome back, everyone. We're now here for the conclusion. The second half, Snods, Astralis versus Holywood. 9-6 is the scoreline, but let's see how this pistol round is going to go down.
9-6, as you said. Obviously for Astralis now, if they claim the pistol round victory, it could easily be 12-6 advantage here. At that point for Holywood, have the chances basically dwindled away in front of them.
Romy going to try and find a frag with a USP as the push comes round, but Glaive will actually get the first one, bouncing up and down, Snods. He's going to be jumping for Yoi.
Jumping for Yoi, as you said, obviously. 5 versus 4 now, pushing in towards this A side. Oh, down to Jay here towards the truck position, going to be spotted out here. It's half blind, unable to really connect any of the headshots there. Now the A side is completely in control from Astralis. Smoke towards the CT stairs, the retake does begin.
Oh, Magis with 2 though, Snods. Going to pistol whip on the Glock as he bludgeons them both down. Dupree for the final frag there on towards Dark Side. So there's not going to be anything too crazy coming out tonight. That'll be the opening pistol round there for Astralis. And that's probably the momentum kick they need as well to now solidify them going through on Overpass.
Yeah, next map as well being Mirage. And when we look at their ECS run so far, 12-0 so far. Haven't lost a map in over a week as well. I think it's 9 days, 10 days, something ludicrous like that. And one of their home maps is Mirage, their pick at that. And once again, if they give that pick over from Holywood to Astralis, you know, if they lose this map here in emphatic fashion, this could be an extremely fast series.
Yeah, it really could be. And there you have it. Things are looking good for them as they hit them with a speedy SMG round, but the response comes through from the Deagle. 2 quick frags from Treble, but that is about it. He's not going to be too much trouble.
3 versus 2. Bomb is planted, so most likely going to be the safe here from Holywood. Obviously, they have Deagle there for Luke. And actually, he's only got $850, so he needs to find a frag with his Deagle into this round or the next round. Otherwise, he's not going to have any Kevlar to back up that AWP. And for Luke, we saw on the T side towards the A side, his AWP is so pivotal for Holywood at getting those first frags, getting openings and first kills onto the map and really opening up their T side, but also their CT side as well, as we saw in Inferno yesterday versus Division. So having no Kevlar behind that AWP means if he's playing passive and it goes down to the other players on the map, this could all go in favour of the Danes. 11-6 now as we go into round number 18. And yeah, he needs to find 1 kill. He needs to have over $3,000 to be able to afford the AWP and Kevlar. But that's an issue once they actually eventually do come to it. Still going to be the double SMG bar here from Astralis as well. It's a device, Glaive, they can all stack up their cash here. And the real goal for Astralis here is to have 4 or 5 players staying alive, have the most clean and efficient anti-eco as possible to stack up basically as much money as possible going into the remaining portion of this map.
Yeah, they want to try and get a bit of a moneymaker going, Snods. They want to win the Powerball, ideally, if they can. And hope those numbers come up. But let's see what the draw is going to be. As they do run over towards the B-bomb site, that's where the aggression is going to be delegated towards. Oh, Jaya makes it an electric round, though, as he tases Glaive. Dupree's had enough as he responds with 2 frags of his own. Deagle coming in from Luke, though. Transfers those skills over with a 50 caliber weapon as he lands a shot on towards Device, but that is basically it. Closed out in the end by Astralis, brought back now to a 12-6 scoreline. But this is the buy, and Luke did get the cash that was necessary to actually invest into the AWP and armor. But that's it. In terms of utility, Snods, it's pretty lacking. We're going to see 5 smokes and 3 flashbangs. Luckily, they did actually even manage to get out that many smokes, because this could have been horrible.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, no diffusers right now, as you said, for Holywood. But they do have Kevlar to back up Luke's AWP, so he can try and get more aggressive here. But instead, the aggression is going to come from Romy, playing in towards Party as well, pushing in towards the fountain, trying to see if he can spot the first head as we saw from Magic's Boy. Oh, speak of the devil. Magic's Boy taken out of this one already. 5 versus 4. Minute 30 left on the clock here, so the 1-play advantage, making the 2. Actually, no. Romy loses that duel. But Darkside here, close and ready for the trade frag potentially, but still paranoid, tentative to go for the wide face. And there will be no trade frag coming out. Astralis now making their march towards B.
Zipnix needs to make this one a quick nip in the bud towards the B site as he has to find that frag on JO in record time. Eventually peeks up, bobs down and finds the frag. As there's only 3 players remaining now on Holywood's Nods, and they are nowhere near the B site. They are absolutely miles away. They're probably going to throw the towel in and go for a save as well. Oh, it's going to be awkward. Luke actually getting caught on the crossbar device. 3 frag, that's the AWP out of their hands. That's the biggest blow to them, actually.
Oh, 100%. I mean, also the 13-6 score, and they're going to be facing as well But no orb save for Luke. 2 M4s here as well in the hands of Darkside and Trevel. Not anymore, it seems. Caster's Curse does prevail. 1 versus 3. Trevel, Kevlar, no utility, no defuse. Just going to try and save this weapon into round number 20. Oh, very commanding start here to the second half from Astralis. It feels like they've woken up and got the flow of momentum into this one. 13-6. 7-round deficit now for Holywood to try and claw themselves out of. Actually, this deficit may even grow larger when you look at the buy that's going to be put up here from Holywood. It's going to have to be an eco, a quasi buy essentially. Half buys with CZs, Kevlar, and that's about it.
It is the CZ though, it's not.
It is the CZ, that's very true.
You know, it's essentially a little pocket AK. You can whip it out whenever necessary.
Yeah, it does take a while to get out though.
It's true.
It does take a while to get out.
You've got to flop it out. It's a long process.
Push towards a long. Luke up close and personal.
And there we have it. That CZ prophecy is once again fulfilled as he finds the frag on towards Device. He can't actually scavenge the Kalashnikov as it was too far back. But he does get away with his life, Snods.
Yeah, no AK saved, but at least he has found his team an advantage into this one. 5 versus 4. Bomb still towards T-spawns. That usually telegraphs a slow round from Astralis, so default at that. They are 1 man down, so still 2 towards A, 1 towards Connector, and 1 towards B Shore, as it's going to be Dupree to try and equalize these numbers.
The only thing is, they're actually grouping up and going into a play towards the B site, and there's very complementary angles being ran by the Holywood players. They're all working together with these CZ so they can play for trades. They go for the 3-2-1 face, they peek together, you find Dupree, Magis will trade back on towards Luke, but now the A site has a weakness, there's an opening.
Players from Holywood rotating towards the A site, so they are split now, 2 for 2. 2 players towards A, 2 players towards B. Jo being the star player from Holywood. He came in, but unfortunately, the AK was in the hands of the wrong player in that scenario. Jo with the AK has made his way towards the A site now, though, as Astralis are accumulating towards this A bomb site. 25 seconds left, smokes, flashes rain in, and here comes the assault.
Yeah, going to be wobbling like a cooking pot just outside the site as they want to try and burst their way through. They're going to hit them hard and fast. Glaive with the explosive entry towards Jo. Darkside has to try trade it back with the CZ as well, as he lies in wait. Luckily for Trevel, he actually does get a kill with the CZ. Oh, the close push, it works well. Darkside knew he had to try and go for the play, deny it, as he pushed in. He gets it into a very easeable position now as they can actually find success in the round. Darkside strikes against Magic, kills him with the CZ, and they're going to defuse that bomb as well. That bomb must be glued on. Look at it, how's it holding on like that?
Oh yeah,
it should slide off. That's ridiculous.
Gosh, Valve.
What are you doing?
13-7 then. Round number 21. 27 kills here for Dupree. Obviously, on the CT side from Astralis towards that B site. He wasn't having none of it. And 19 kills as well from Jo. So, you know, there's some star power here. There's some firepower to back up these Holywood players. Next map as well being Mirage. And with how strong that map has been for Astralis as of late, you know, we're going to be seeing... We need to see another player step up. It can't simply just be Jo. You know, there isn't enough firepower to really force themselves the round victories here.
Yeah. It can't just be an individual player stepping up. Everyone's got to try and rise to the surface here. Let's see. Jo with the first. Actually, Luke with the secondary up as well can complement this. Oh, barely doesn't find that frag. The device, though. Give him an inch. Obviously, he's going to run away with it, Snods, and take an absolute mile on the response. Romy hides in the toilets, gets all the information, as he'll just be lying in wait, ready to try and push from the rear. Device could actually go down because of this. He won't expect it. Trigger discipline on display. He's going to go for the butcher play. He does have the knife, as he'll cut him up and make a bit of a meat out of this one, and the follow-up headshot, Snods. That is just cheeky.
Questionable to just not line them up with the M4. But it still works out there. My goodness. I mean, goes for the knife. Has to pull the M4 back out. You know, you give someone 1.5, 2 seconds to whip it around 180 and fire back at you. There's a chance they can actually still take you down. So, it did still work out for him. 13-8. 5 round advantage, though, still for Astralis. But it should be the quasi-buy. No, just going to be an EQ, actually. Deagles, Glocks, CZs. But apart from that, only 1 smoke in terms of utility, so, you know, smoke towards heaven, smoke towards center side of the B side, maybe a smoke towards the front of toilets to rush through it towards toilets and try and close the gap between Holywood and Astralis with these pistols. Still heavily favoured for Holywood into this one. Double orb setup has been carried forward from the last round into this one. onto Jo and Luke. And really, if they can lock down their CT side, Jack, you know, this could get quite competitive.
If they can get that love lockdown. Like Kanye West.
Yeah, I didn't get that reference.
No, it's fine, mate. It's just the name of the song. Well, push coming out. They're going to try and go for this play up towards the A site. And let's see if it's going to be a homecoming. Or if they'll actually be able to make graduation.
And these all Kanye West songs.
Rom's ready though, as he's in position with the M4 out snods. They're going to try and get that bomb down, but the airburst on the HE will blow Device out of the server in seconds. Oh, Zipnix actually comes back through. Quick succession. Double kill found by the CZ. Jo, he's the only one trying to run amok now as he makes a mockery out of him. Deagle in play for Dupree, but he can't quite land the shots. No composure and no round for Astralis, but they do get that extra cash injection from the bomb plant. And this is also very good for Hollywood. So needed for him to pick up that round.
Oh, most definitely. Obviously, we saw them fall short versus Astralis' quasi-buys in the last one. So, 5 AKs from Astralis. No AWP going to be dropped over to Device, which could signal a fast round, an execution round at that. Does Astralis want to go for the fast B take they have? Will they go towards B short, go towards Monster and execute towards B? Do they want to go towards Connector, split towards the A side, smoke the front of toilets, Molotov out Banana, flash through, and gain control of the map, and then go into a late round execution?
Luke trying to run away with the round as he peeks up early there. Goes for the first contact phase. Obviously doesn't find too much with it. You do still have both the AWPs in commission though. That's going to be the big factor. Fall back, try and utilize it later on into the round. How Astralis actually going to play this one? What's the tempo and the play going to be?
Yeah, I mean, they know the versus double up setup right now from Hollywood. Both Jo open towards B, Luke open towards the A side. Obviously, textbook Counter-Strike. What counters the AWP? It's heavy execution, utilities, smokes, flashes, Molotovs, you name it. Oof. Knee face there from Luke. Just wide facing and going to be winning that duel, but so's Glaive. 1-for-1 right now, 4 versus 4 as they make their way in towards the B side. All members from Astralis.
Dark side. He's going to need to just mow him down with the M4 as he starts to get some confidence behind him. Causes some ruckus, but will he be able to keep it up? As he's going to need to bring it to him. Push comes through, his teammate supports him, he gets his second frag. And all of a sudden it's just Zipnix left, and now Zipnix, he's dead.
He is, mate. 4,000 for Zipnix. Apart from that, $3,000 across the board for Astralis, so they can go for a, you know, half buy, Kevlar, CZs into this one. But once again, for Hollywood, you know, versus the quasi-buy, versus the pistols. They win this one, 13-11. This game does go down to the wire. Once again, aggression towards mid from Luke. He's really feeling confident here into this matchup in the second half.
Yeah, and that's what you actually need as well. Luke performing well with the AWP is great. He was one of the key reasons they actually were able to beat out against Division, because he was being able to out-AWP Lipe in some of those rounds, and that gave him that moment of greatness and sealed the deal for him. And there he is once more, repeating that it isn't a fluke, it's something that is going to be consistent with Luke as he waits, ready to just snipe him and hit him with the absolute railgun he has in his hands.
5 versus 4. Luke with the first frag there towards Banana. Pretty up close and personal. Romy playing close versus the pistol's not really the smartest decision to make. But has to fall back in towards Taurus now, still surviving. Device it close towards the smoke as well, towards A-Long, can maybe shift through it and catch one of these A players off guard.
Oh, Romy strikes with the M4. He's able to get 2 frags already. He's going to be looking for more. There you have it, Snods. 13-11. Hollywood actually getting momentum. They're winning these rounds. They're being able to get them together. But another challenge will now arise. Astralis, they've got cash to reinvest. You're going to have the rifles, full utility across the board. Zipnix debating what he actually will go for here, as he has 6.3k. He's going to go with the AK buying the investment.
AWP again. Yeah. This is interesting here from Astralis. 27 frags for Dupree. 22 so far from Jo. Yeah, no AWP once again from Astralis. So Device maybe not feeling confident with it, maybe feeling like he could be more effective with the AK. Maybe the game plan here from Astralis is the execution style late into the round. But once again, around this 1 minute 30, 1 minute 20 mark, they lose their first player. This time Trevel. It wasn't Luke as we saw in the prior rounds. But once again, Hollywood with a massive advantage early on.
Yeah, these are just big frags coming out right now. Massive play from Hollywood, really. Zipnix is the only one left. Zipnix with a spray. But not today, Snods. He is dead. Fall short there towards Trevel. 13-12. They're 1 round away from equalising this.
Yeah, and the money's so bad. They can force it. I mean, obviously... Ooh, can we see the money, please, Observer? If that's not too much to ask for.
No, you can't. Not on this screen.
Hey,
oh, you can.
There he is. Right, let's take a look at it. Astralis, what have they got? So, who can't buy? Device cannot buy 3.4k, 4,100 for Matches Boys. What's that? AK Kevlar, plus obviously a smoke grenade. Oof. I mean, they could go for a fast B execution. Obviously, they are notorious for that. Double Molotov towards CT lower, smoke towards Heaven, smoke towards Bridge, smoke towards center site, flashbang through Monster and be short. Strategy they have that's extremely fast paced. But then again, you know, JO's been open towards B short, so maybe the flashbangs towards the B site could be very, very, very effective. But do they have enough economy to run that? I don't think so. Ooh, actually they could do the pistols. This would be good. I actually feel like Astralis, if they go towards a fast B execution right now, that could be the round to upset Holywood here, but no. Instead, it will be one AWP for the CT side, so JO going to be switching out the AWP for the M4. So Holywood are adjusting their defense here and trying to catch or keep Astralis guessing round and round again.
Well, offense is the best defense. Let's see how it'll actually go down into this one. Luke actually played more of a restricted angle this time around as he just holds in the close sight position by long. He will get first contact on towards Glaive when he goes for it, depending on the timing. The rest of Astralis all budged up. He's having a bit of a toilet party right now.
Yeah, minute 10 seconds left on the clock here. 4 players towards the B site from Holywood, so they are extremely lent towards B. Luke misses the first one. Ooh, and actually it doesn't quite make it around the corner. The drive-by prevails from Device. 5 versus 4 as the site is now in control from Astralis, and this is going to be one hell of a retake required now from Holywood.
Yeah, he's owned himself with movement there. If he would have been able to get back round to the site, he could have done so much more. Instead, you can see the site control. It was a one-man setup as well. They've now taken position. It's going to be a hard retake, even though the Arsenal isn't that strong on Astralis. But let's wait and see. Push comes round. Oh, that's a big dink as well from Device, even though it's not actually a frag just yet. Dupree, he's armed with the AWP as well. He's just going to be waiting for this push to come through. Gets the read, misses the actual first contact, but the CZs have already done an absolute magnitude of damage. And that's the 14th round picked up from Astralis. As soon as they got on that site, Snods, it's so hard to get them out.
Heartbreaking loss there for Holywood. They seemed so paranoid of the B site being the decision from Astralis to commit to. I mean, even myself, I thought, okay, Astralis have tried this A site time and time again. Holywood plays so aggressive, they're so effective at denying it from Astralis. They're going to go for that fast B execution towards B short, up B short towards the B side, but no, they keep us guessing. And this time, once again, aggression towards A, in towards the fountain. And as well towards Monster, J onto low HP. I don't think the smoke's going to really stop anyone here.
Yeah, JO's not in a great spot. Obviously forced to reposition because of this, only 4 HP. Luckily, of course, Bogdan's Law, not today. Is it going to come out? Goes down, slain by the AK as the entry comes through. Dupree, going to splatter his head. Darkside tries to peel some lips back as he peeks up towards the site as well with the M4. Making his presence known and firing off some warning shots, but that's basically it. He's not actually getting the frags that he dearly needs. They're being picked to pieces, Nods. There's only 3 remaining members on that CT side. What are they even actually going to opt to do? They're peeking in, but they're still just being picked to pieces as it is just treble left. A 1v2. He's got a kit, but it needs to be instantaneous as he's going to push around. They're still on the site, but they might be low, but Magis has the angle. And he takes him down as he finds the kill with the AWP.
15-12 then. To be fair though, Jack, this game's been a lot closer than the scoreline really shows.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Holywood, they were 14-13 down. 1 round separated themselves between the Danish powerhouse of Astralis, and all it took was 1 quality buy from Astralis to rush up the A site, Luke to miss a shot, to miss the corner, barged into it with his shoulder. And now this is all Astralis' game. It feels like Holywood have given too much room now for Astralis. It should be a 16-12, but you never know here. The CT side's been strong so far from Holywood. As it will be AWP for Luke. UMP going to be coming out from JO. 3 and 4s as well to finish off the rest of the CT buys. They have utility and defuse kits to work with, but Romy here with the same angle.
Surely they expect it this time. They don't actually clear it. They walk in as well. Magic's just straight through, almost just clearing it reluctantly. Didn't actually focus towards it. You're into a 4v4. It is a trade. Let's see what more can be done. Oh, Darkside as well. He's absolutely giving it right now, Snots. Peeking out, thinking Dupree down to only 18 HP.
Yeah, it is the 4 versus 4 here. Minute left on the clock for Astralis to work, so they can still go back towards the B site if they wanted to. Full utility onto Glaive. So, 4 smokes to work with, so they can go for a fake as well if they wanted to towards the A site or towards B. Smoke towards CT, smoke towards the end of long, for example, then go back in towards connected towards the B site. Oh, but this kill changes things, Jack. They now have an entry towards the A site, and maybe, just maybe, Holywood have to go for the full stack towards A. All three players now towards the A side from Holywood. And Astralis, so they're still going to commit.
Smoke's going to be going over. Launch towards the site as they will bloom and try and hold things back. Zipnix as well, another kill as he lops off the head of Darkside, and things don't look well at all for the side of Holywood. It seems like they will actually be losing this one out now, and Astralis should pick up the victory as it's all on travel. A 1v4, and there will be no more for Holywood. They have been silenced. The reviews were not great. It was less than average.
Yeah, no, it was a good game.
It was actually a pretty good game.
Actually a good game. Yeah. You know, when we saw the brackets, we were like, oh, you know, they got Gambit Hellraisers, NIPVP, and we were like, oh, well, now we have, you know, 16-4 and 16-5 in our hands for both these matches. But actually, Holywood putting up a pretty good fight here. 16-12, you know, they were 13-12 down, 1 round behind Astralis. They lose the, you know, quasi buy, the half buy when Astralis had lost, you know, 3-4 rounds in a row. They had that $3,400 round loss bonus, so they could afford, you know, Kevlar, CZ, you know, good utility as well. They rushed towards the A site. And from that point forward, you saw Holywood just completely let the game slip away out of their hands.
Yeah, it is true. I mean, Holywood actually impressed in quite a few of those rounds. There was a few moments of inconsistencies here and there, but you could see it seemed like they had actually done their homework against Astralis. So they definitely had a few moments, a couple of counter plays that were into their playbook. All in all, looking good on Overpass, keeping it at least in a fairly close matchup there. And it all comes down to that one round, really. If Luke didn't get caught on the corner, if he hit that first shot, could have been an entirely different story.
Yeah, Holywood are going to be kicking themselves after losing that one. Cinderella story was cancelled. And yeah, I mean, one of the things that happens all the times in these best of threes, especially in the open qualifiers, or sorry, the closed qualifiers, is the underdog team has a very close first map, you know, 16-14, 16-13, and then the next map's a complete stomp, right? Yeah. Astralis, they've seen, okay, actually, we can't really underestimate Holywood. There is skill there. There is some potential for this roster. Okay, we actually have to wake up and play proper CS. You know, next map on Mirage, you know, this being online right now, an insanely strong map for Astralis. You know, this could be a 16-7 or 16-8 on the next map.
Yeah, you don't imagine Mirage is really going to be anything going the way of Holywood as an upset. And this was sort of the potential. It's also the fact it's the unknown quantity, right? When you come into Overpass, neither of you have really played against each other before. You've not got that sort of internal in-depth against each other. The only thing is, Holywood have the benefit of being able to anti-strat Astralis.
Yeah, and you saw it a little bit as well, you know. The exploitation they had towards B short at the start of the rounds, you know, they saw, you know, opportunity there, right? Instant smoke towards connector, where Magic Spy would peek it, rush through B short, then rush up towards B for a very fast B split. You saw a lot as well at the start of the game where Holywood were trying to exploit the B site against Astralis, so maybe that's where the reads were, but it felt like they had a lot of success towards the A site instead.
Yeah, that was true. Astralis obviously being able to pick up quite a few pivotal rounds towards A that overall sealed the deal, and the wait was too much for Holywood. But there is still more to come. We'll be back with the second map after this break to see what will be going on. If Astralis can be able to close it out in a 2-0 fashion, or if Holywood have something else up their sleeves. Find out after the break.
All eyes are on you, so give them greatness with Intel Extreme Masters certified PCs and notebooks and game like the pros. When you see the unique IEM certified stickers on the outside, you'll find high-grade components with Intel Core i5 and i7 processors inside. Every purchase includes in-game content and supports the prize pool of Intel Extreme Masters. Game like a pro, because the world is watching.